You know, young rich niggas. You know, so we ain't really never had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Hey!
So first you're gonna start off with some sequins fabric. I got this at Joann Fabric from for about 50% off. It was $24.99 originally, but it was $12. Now I folded it in half, and now I'm just going to measure my leg. I did a whole lot of measuring when it came to this, so you want to be patient. So I'm gonna cut off a little bit of the fabric to kind of, you know, help with my measuring and whatnot, and I'm going to open it up and measure it again. Now it is very key for you to measure this fabric. I can't say this enough, and you might want to do 2 pieces of fabric at a time, meaning so both of your boots will come out equally even. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and cut down the fabric, and kind of made a little mistake. It's okay. All you have to do is flip it around before you finish cutting and just, you know, cut the proper measurement. Now a lot of people on Snapchat, when I did show you guys when I was finished, wanted me to make their boots, but I custom made my boots, so it'll be a lot difficult for me to custom make someone else's boots. So this is why I'm giving you guys the video. So after that, I'm going to hot glue the edges of the boot, and this is just going to ensure that I have a smooth and clean seam. And you guys can see that it kind of leaks over onto the wood floor, so I do advise you to, you know, do this on a wood floor or some type of surface where the hot glue doesn't stick. Now after I have hot glued the edges, I'm gonna measure it again, and then I flipped it over again, and now I'm gonna cut this part in a triangle. This is going to make the boot pointy at the top, and you can just keep it straight across if you guys want straight across, but I want it, like, you know, pointy at the top, so that's what I did. And I'm just gonna measure it again. Now I had some leftover fabric from my D.I.Y velvet jumpsuit. I'll link that video down below, and I'm just going to place it on the back side of the fabric so it won't be see-through, because this fabric can be kind of itchy if you don't have, you know, some fabric in the back, if you guys get what I'm saying. I did measure a little bit more of the fabric to, you know, kind of, you know, be a little bit more comfy for my leg, and I'm just measuring the fabric onto my leg and seeing how much I need to sew, because I do want these boots to be quite fitting and quite hugging, you know, hugging my leg. So it's really simple. It's just very tedious, and you guys have to take your time with this, because this took forever. It took me at least 4 hours to make these boots, 2 hours each. And now I'm just gonna flip that over on the back side. As you guys can see, that's right where my calf is, and that little piece right there, you could just glue it back. If you have any pieces that, you know, don't work with your leg shape, just glue it back. So here's the zipper. You guys asked me for a zipper, so here's the zipper. I'm going to do a whole boot with a longer zipper, so you don't have to do all this hot gluing and stitching and stuff, but I'm gonna show you guys where I'm going to sew, because, you know, hot gluing sequins is a little bit more difficult, and you want these boots to last a long time. So I'm just gonna sew the back, and I'm gonna sew until I get to the heel of my boot. So I'm basically just sewing down the length of the leg. If you guys want a zipper at this time, you would be sewing a zipper on. But I am going to make sure that I do some more boots with a zipper down the whole leg for you guys, and that's gonna be a little less tedious. I'm thinking maybe some D.I.Y leather boots. Let me know what you guys think about that. So I'm just really sewing down and, you know, trying on the boot. A lot of girls have been asking me, how do you get the boot on? You put it on as like you're putting on a fucking stocking. I don't know how to even explain that. You put it on like you're putting on a stocking or a sock. You scrunch it up and then you pull it up. Now for the shoe, this is a peep toe shoe, and it's a slingback as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the leftover velvet fabric, and I'm just going to, you know, hot glue around that part, because once I put the sequins fabric on, you can kind of see the snake skin, and we don't want that. So you want to make sure that it's a black background. And the fabric that was left over on, you know, the sequins fabric that we hot glued down, we're just going to pull that down onto the shoe, and we're going to hot glue that in place. And then at this point, it's just pulling the fabric so it's, you know, tight, and hot gluing and pulling and hot gluing and pulling. Very simple. You know, I've done these boots plenty of times for you guys to pretty much understand what I'm doing at this moment. If you do not want a peep toe or a slingback for your heel, you don't have to do this. If you do have peep toes and you're doing this and you don't want the peep toe anymore, all you have to do is just pull the fabric down to the base of the shoe, and you know, your peep toe will be covered. And the same thing goes for your slingback as well. So you're just pressing the sequins fabric into the seams of the shoe, making sure that it's pulled tight and you don't have any bubbles or anything into your shoe. Slingback part, I made sure I put something underneath there so I could go ahead and hot glue that down, and that's just a clear phone case so the hot glue don't burn my leg or burn my foot. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the peep toe. And at that part where you cut out the peep toe, you want to make sure that you glue the edges down around the peep toe so it doesn't slide up. So for the zipper, this is the top of the boot. And I'm just going to basically sew the zipper down. You want to make sure that the zipper is on the right side, and I'm just doing a basic stitching method. There are plenty of videos on how to stitch and how to sew. I'm not a seamstress. I'm just doing this to show you guys how I'm doing it. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. In the future, I will get a lot better because I am getting a sewing machine, so it'll be a lot easier for me to sew the zipper down. And one side is complete, and you're just gonna go ahead and complete the other side. You guys can see that the zipper opens like this, so it won't come off the track. And this is a sports zipper. I like it a lot better because it's a lot sturdier. So yeah, everything that I got was from Joann Fabric. So you see the zipper opens like that, so it's a little bit easier for you to slip your foot on. And so I'm gonna show you guys how I slip my foot in the freaking shoe, since you guys act like it was so difficult for you to put on your damn shoe. And having the slingback is very, very, very handy because, you know, that part, it would have been a little bit tighter at the base of the heel. So, you know, having a slingback shoe is a lot easier for me. And I'm just gonna go ahead and stitch some more where I see any gaps. And the first stitching that I did, it was to kind of like secure it, but I'm going to stitch it up some more down the leg just to make it a little bit more tighter. And the stitching method I'm doing is the blanket stitch method, if I'm not, you know, the blanket stitch method. And I sewed all the way down to the base of my heel. And now I took a little bit of the sequins fabric and I hit the stitching because you can see the stitching. So I hit that. It doesn't really matter what area or how the sequins lay because you won't really be able to tell. So I just hot glued a piece of sequins fabric down the length of the back of my leg, so it is invisible. And here you guys are. I hope it was very simple and easy for you guys. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and like. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bad and boozing, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.